Hi, so good day, welcome to my YouTube channel. So for today, we'll be discussing pig production. But first, I want us to start with trading. I want us to discuss how you can start trading pigs in Nigeria, even if you don't have a pig farm, because this is what we have done. Even before we had a pig farm, this one you can see here. So we'll be discussing today how you can start trading pigs. You know, the funniest thing is most of the farmers that we have, they are not marketers. Most of them, they are illiterate. They don't even know the word called marketing. For them, they know how to produce. They can rear these animals, they can farm the crops, but they don't know how to market. So you that know how to market, you have to just come in and close the gap and see how much you'll be able to make by trading this livestock. You don't actually need to go into farming per se, like the primary production aspect. Like you want to go and start feeding pigs from the one to maturity, because it's not your business. It doesn't require just you investing money. It also requires knowledge. And these farmers, they have the knowledge. They have been into the business for years, but they don't know how to market. So you, as a young person starting out that don't have money, what you are to do is to help them trade, help them sell this livestock, and you'll be able to make money. So for today, I'll be sharing my story with you, how I started. So now we have the structures. This is what we have here at Denko Farms. This is what we have. We have a capacity that can pick almost 2,000 to 3,000 pigs. But right here, we have just a few. We had an incident of which I also discussed with Dad. I will share the experience with you. We have an infection here on the pen that we lost almost all the livestock. We have to sell the ones that were remaining so that we don't have zero profit at the end of the day. But we lost most of the pigs. So we are just starting. But I think we have close to 30-20 pigs, and most of them are pregnant. So you can see this one here, this large white breed of pig. So we have this at our farm, and then we also have some here. We also have some here. You can see we have some piglets here. You can see we have some piglets here. Okay, so today I want us to discuss how you can start trading this pig. You know, if you're in Nigeria and you're watching this video, I know most of the markets or most of the communities that produce pig in large volume. For example, if you're able to go to Kaduna, in Kafanchan to be precise, if you're able to go to this place, you will see pigs in large quantity. They have the largest pig market in Nigeria. I know some other communities will also have these pigs, but I'm just sharing the one I know, Kafanchan. That is where we buy our pigs from. We are in Makurdi, Benue State to be precise. We travel to Kaduna, we buy the pig. The market days, I think, is every Thursday. We go to this market, buy this pig, we bring them back. Then we have other butchers that sell meat in the market. We sell to them. Sometimes we buy pig there at 17,000, 15,000. They are very big, because if you go to Kafanchan, majority of them are pig farmers. They have enough to sell. You know, they are not just starting. They have been into the business. They have enough, but they don't have where to sell, because Kaduna is being shared between Christians and Muslims. And Muslims don't touch pig. They don't eat. So they don't have a market in Kaduna per se. So they produce the pig there in Kaduna, but we buy from them. Now, if you go to Benue State, the best meat for indigenous of Benue State, you ask them, is pork. So we buy from there, we bring it down here to Makurdi, and we sell to butchers in the market. People that buy 1, 2, and 3, we sell to them. Sometimes we buy for 15,000, and getting here in Makurdi, we're able to sell for 25,000, 30,000, depending on how the market is. So if you want to go into pig distribution business or trading business, the number one thing you have to do is your market survey. I keep calling market survey, because if you don't do it, you start trading, the business that I say, okay, I made 1 million or 2 million, you will end up losing 1 million. You end up losing the small capital you brought because you didn't get the market right. We have some states where pork is not being regarded. People don't consume pork. So if you're from such state, and I say, okay, you can make 10 million selling pigs in 1 month, and then you're saying, that one is too much, you're calling too much figure. It's because where you are, there is no market for this. But where I'm standing and where I'm making this video, there is market. So if you want to go into pig trading business, you first have to be sure that you have a market in your place. There should be a market in your place where if you import this pig, you are able to sell. Like here in Benue State, we have a market. So I also have a meat shop. So when I bring down the pigs, the live one, sometimes we sell the live one. We don't make much profit selling the live one. Sometimes we can make as low as maybe 5,000 or 6,000 per pig or 3,000 per pig if you are selling live one to other butchers. But if we slaughter in our meat shop, sometimes we can make a profit of 10,000 on a 20,000 pig. If you buy a pig for 20,000 and we bring it down to Makurdi, we can make as much as 10,000 if you slaughter and sell the meat, the meat to final consumers. So you also have to know people that you're selling to, are they final consumers, or you're also bringing down the pigs to sell to other individuals that will also have to butcher and sell. It means your profit margin will be low. If you buy a pig of 20,000 in Kafancha, maybe in Kaduna, and the cost of transporting this pig down to, let's say, Imo State will cost you 3,000 per pig. It means the pig is now 23,000. And if you want to sell, maybe you decide to say, okay, let me just add 2,000. Let me be making 2,000 per pig. You also have to calculate, okay, because people that are buying from you, they also go and butcher this pig, and then they sell, they make their own profits. So selling to people that are also going to sell, the profit margin is low. But if you're doing in bulk, you make money. So let me show you why. Now, when we started, sometimes we buy 10 pigs. We will just make, because a J5 pig, a minimum of 30, 25, 30 piglets. So we will just buy 10. Then we share the transport with another person that is buying 10 or 12. Then down to Makurdi, sometimes we decide to say, okay, let's, after calculating our cost of purchase, cost of transporting it down here, settlement of produce on the road. You know, if you're in Nigeria, you understand what I'm saying. You have to pay dues. You settle youth and all those stuff. So getting down here, your profit will also drop. So we did a calculation with my team, and we say, okay, let's see if we can make 3,000 per pig for the live one. So what we are doing is, remember, we are not buying them to come and feed. We just buy them straight to Makurdi, and then we sell. Sometimes we bring in 10. So let's say we start with 10, and in the market we bought each pig for 17,000. That is plus transport for 17,000, and then we decide to sell at let's say 20,000. 20,000. It means you are making a profit of 3,000. So if you're making a profit of 3,000 for 10 pigs, that is, you're just starting, you don't have money to buy a full truck, which is 30 pigs. And then you're making a profit of just 3,000 by 10. You're able to make 30,000 naira with just one trip of just 10 pigs. You're able to make how much? 30,000. So we expanded, and then we started buying 20, 30 pigs. Then our profit was high because we were selling to final consumers. We butcher it in our meat shop and sell. So sometimes we balance 10,000, 17,000, and even 5,000 profit. So let's assume we're making 5,000 profit from 30 pigs. That is over 150,000. And most times, or let me say most days, we just bring in the pigs within 1 week. They are done. So just imagine if you're making if you're doing a business of trading pig and you're making a profit of 150,000 monthly, and then you're able to do this for 12 months. It means people that are working, people that have job, most of them, they will be looking up to you. Because the volume of money you're making is very high, and you're not producing, you're just buying from people that are producing and then trading and making your own profit. So if you want to go into pig distribution business, I think the first thing I say, you do your market survey, you know how much you're buying and how much you're willing to sell, know the cost of transportation. Like from here in Benue State, we buy from Kaduna, cost of transporting sometimes is 2,000 per pig. We bring it down here. Within 1 week, we are done. We go back, buy, and bring them back here. And that is how we keep trading. So if you want to go into it, first you have to know if your state is very far from Kaduna, you have to calculate your own costs. Or you can go to any nearby state. If you're in Kaduna already, as you speak, or maybe in your state or your community, you also have pig. You should be looking at trading this pig. You should be looking at moving them to another state that is looking for pork. You don't have to start your own farm from scratch. If your neighbor is a farmer, you can start trading for your neighbor and you make profits. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and share.